All right. Welcome, one and all, to Project Gentry, the channel where we're going to talk openly and honestly, brutally honestly, about depression and anxiety, two of the things that have been my constant companions for as long as I can remember. It's been tough, but this channel is dedicated to talking about the struggles and challenges, but also the triumphs and silver linings that I've experienced all of in my journey with depression and anxiety. Those two things have always been with me. I feel like they have defined me. But we're going to talk about how I'm not allowing them to anymore. We're going to talk about a million and one things. And speaking about a million and one things, I have come up with a million and one reasons to not get this thing started. So I decided I just got home from work. I'm going to sit down and get it taken care of. I didn't even wait for the lava lamp to heat up fully. And so I'm just not going to use that as an excuse. And speaking of, I wasn't going to wait until my face had completely cleared up because I thought that, that plays in perfectly to a lot of the things that we're going to talk about on this channel. I mean, if I don't have, let's be honest, folks, I'm 40 years old. I turned 40. I'm turning 41 next month. And I have acne on my face. It's been a struggle, and it's amplified my depression, my depressive thoughts. And it's just been, it's all part of it, and I'm just no longer gonna let excuses like the lava lamp, like my unclear face at age 40, stop me from starting this Project Gentry. The whole point of this is to help myself, to talk about and talk out my own issues, my own struggles, but in the hopes that someone out there will see this and not feel so alone in their own heads and isolated in their thoughts, and so you're not out there feeling othered, because depression, man, is so good at that. It is so good at making you feel othered. But really, I think depression is more prevalent than we ever thought. And there's a massive international conversation happening now about mental health, which is amazing. And the best thing about that for me has been to find out as a motorcycle passes. Don't know if you could hear that. What was I even saying? I feel like the discussion that's being had about depression now has helped me feel that I am not so alone in this. I am not so unique in my struggles. I am not the only one struggling with depression and anxiety. In a lot of ways, I feel like, I have it worse than others, and I don't have it as bad as some others out there. And it's not a competition. It's not a race. There's no one saying, you're not as depressed and anxious as this guy, so you're not qualified to talk about it. And I don't feel that's the case. And so Project Gentry is the culmination of probably the past year of my life where I have I have undergone kind of an awakening, where at age 40, I no longer want this to define me. I no longer want it to dictate how I feel and what I do in my life, and let it burden me and weigh me down. I've often used the simile that depression is like, walking up a mountain while carrying a 10-ton boulder on your back, which I don't think I invented that simile, but Project Gentry is about the attempt to cut that rope and get that boulder off my back. Life will always be a mountain, but it doesn't have to be as hard as it is and as hard as it has been. In fact, this past year of my life, I have started to see that depression is really good at making things hard. It's made relationships hard. It's made employment hard. It's made a lot of things hard. it sapped my productivity for a lot of my life. It sapped my energy. It just stole my happiness from me, and got in the way of relationships, both romantic, friendly, and family. And but I would like to happily report that I have started to figure some things out, and I'm on what you might call an upswing. And a lot of it's self-determination to be done with this 10-ton boulder. Some of it is situational. Some of it is working through the issues with gritted teeth until I improved my station, which I am doing, and it's amazing. But Project Gentry, it's out there now. Let's talk about it. We're gonna go into granular detail about my struggles and also my triumphs, because those need to be celebrated. Humor has long been one of my coping mechanisms. I think I'm funny, and there's like 2 other people that think I'm kind of funny. So I'm gonna use humor to talk about a lot of this. In fact, we're gonna even look at some funny depression and anxiety memes, because if you can't laugh at it, what can you do? And it's not even like it's not actually legitimately funny sometimes. It is kind of funny. I have what's called, have been called affectionately Gentry moments, and I'm kind of proud of them. They're funny moments that, that just in life's dark times lighten it up a little bit. But this is just kind of the first introductory video. It's funny, if you can see the guitars behind me, I am a guitarist and musician. I even forgot to mention the joke that I was going to say in the beginning, but I wrote a song years ago, and the opening line is, I have the face for radio and the voice for silent film. There are 2 things I'm self-conscious about: my unclear face and my speaking voice, and I am putting those both aside to put my face and my voice out there on the floating internet waves out there, but with music in mind, and this channel in mind. I even wrote a catchy little jingle. Project Gentry, abject horror, what's it all about? Ba, 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 ba. So welcome, and I hope that you join me on this journey. It's gonna be up and down, guys, but we're gonna talk about it all. I'm really excited to talk about my triumphs, because I'm kind of going through those like as we speak, and so they're fun to talk about. But we're also gonna talk about how I got here, what my struggles still are, and all of the potential that has been opened up to me as I've been on this journey for the past year. So stick with me, Project Gentry. I'm also working on a companion blog, projectgentry.com. So that is in the works, but that'll be online soon, and I'll have some companion material, and maybe even transcripts of the video. But it is my sincerest hope that I'm able to connect with one or a few or many of you, and we work through this 10-ton boulder together. It is possible. And what do they say? And I'm living proof. By no means am I through the thick of it yet. It's still an active struggle, but I am having more triumphs and successes than I've ever had. And it's just an amazing thing. And, and I don't think it needs to be said, but some people have physical ailments. Some people have physical handicaps. Mine happens to be mental and emotional, but it's all one and the same. This is my burden. This is my onus. This is my handicap, but it's not unovercomable. And I'm living proof. So let's talk. Project Gentry, thanks for joining me. And I never in my life thought I would be that guy. But please subscribe and please hit the notification bell and please like this video and comment. It's my sincerest hope that we can start a conversation, and reach out. Because friendship and relationships has been, I would say, up there near the top of one of the hardest things that have suffered because of depression and anxiety. And I know I'm not alone in that. And so let's stick together on this and help each other. So I think one of the best ways to do that is to subscribe, because I will be posting at least once a week and trying to start that conversation. And I don't want anyone else out there to feel alone and othered, because you're about to find out how deep I've been in it and how I'm willing to talk about it. And I'm willing to talk to you about it. And if I don't stop now, I'm probably going to get emotional, which at some point will happen. But not today. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you in the next one.